3, Scene 1. This scene takes place in the town square. It's a hot mid-July afternoon, Monday, probably after 3 p.m. Benvolio and Mercutio are bored, and because of that, Mercutio picks on Benvolio, giving him a hard time. Then Tybalt comes into the town square looking for Romeo. Soon after, Romeo shows up, obviously very happy and very peaceful. Tybalt begins to disrespect him in order to provoke him to fight. However, Romeo resists. Mercutio steps in and begins to stand up for Romeo. Before long, Mercutio is fighting Tybalt for Romeo. After this occurs, events spiral out of control, changing the fate of everyone involved. This is the beginning of the end for Romeo and Juliet.
Please, my good man, let's go home. It's hot outside, and I see the Capulets walking around. If they see us, there will be a fight. You know how easily it is to lose your temper when it's hot outside.
Man, you're acting like a sissy. You're just like one of those men who walks into a tavern, slaps his sword down on the table and says out loud, "I hope I won't have to use this." But by the time he's had his second drink, he's drawing the same sword on the homeless waiter, threatening to hurt him.
Seriously? You really think that's the type of guy I am?
Of course I do, good fellow. Your temper is as hot as anyone's in Italy, especially when someone disrespects you.
Okay, let's hear it. What do I supposedly get angry about, my dear friend?
The following speech is a monologue, a long speech made with other characters present.
Well, good Benvolio, let me number your long list of grievances, which show how hot-headed you really are. First, you will quarrel with someone who has a thicker beard than you. Second, you would argue with a man with green eyes simply because he has green eyes. Third, you would argue with a man who was coughing in the street and woke up your sleeping dog. Fourth, didn't you argue with a tailor for wearing his Easter outfit he made for himself before Easter? Fifth, didn't you fight with another man because he used old shoelaces on his new shoes? Who else but you would find such a ridiculous reason to fight? Have you even thought about the stupid things you fought over? Bro, your head's been beaten so much it's like a scrambled egg. And you think you have the right to teach me how to avoid quarreling?
If I were as argumentative as you, someone would have killed me by now for my attitude, which would make my life pretty much worthless.
You said it, bro. You wouldn't be worth a thing.
Tybalt and his posse enter. Tybalt is on a mission. He's looking for Romeo. Remember, he has sent Romeo a challenge. He now comes looking for an answer to that challenge.
Oh man, this isn't good. The Capulets are coming with Tybalt leading the pack.
Who cares? He doesn't scare me. I'm standing my ground.
Stay close, guys. I'm going to talk to them. Gentlemen, good afternoon. I would like to have a word with one of you.
Just one tiny little word, dear Tybalt? Why don't you follow that one word up with something? Say a slash of your sword?
I would be more than happy to do that if you gave me a reason.
I'm sure you could find a reason if you looked really hard.
Look here, wise guy. I know you play around with Romeo.
Play around? Are you serious? Who do you think we are? Goofy musicians? If you think we're performers, prepare to fight. My sword shall make you dance. Can you believe the nerve of this guy, dear friend? That we're musicians? What an idiot.
Do you realize we're in public? You two should either go someplace more private and sort out this disagreement calmly, or leave. Everyone is looking at us.
Men's eyes were made to look, so let them look. I'm not moving to make any man happy.
Romeo enters on top of the world. He just married Juliet and is ecstatic.
Well, have a wonderful day, gentlemen. Here comes my man.
Don't talk about Romeo as if he was your servant. You two go someplace where you can have your duel, but don't you dare call him your servant.
Romeo, I hate you so much that the best name I can call you is a villain.
Tybalt, the affection I feel for you overshadows the rage I would normally feel when greeted in that manner. I'm not a villain. Therefore, goodbye. You really don't know me at all.
Listen here, you punk. You're not going to weasel out of this. Your presence at the party last night not only disrespected me, but also disrespected my family. Draw your sword.
Okay, man, calm down. You have it all wrong. I swear I never meant to offend you in any way. In fact, I like you more than you can possibly understand right now, and sometime soon you'll understand why. Therefore, good Capulet, and that is a name I deeply respect as much as my own name, be satisfied with this, and please calm down.
Romeo starts to walk away, while Tybalt is in shock over the loving, respectful response. As he stands staring at Romeo in disbelief, Mercutio intercedes.
Are you kidding me? What do you mean, calm yourself? Are you giving in to this punk? Tybalt's fencing skills have scared you from fighting him, Romeo? Tybalt, you dirtbag. How about fighting me?
Why? What's your problem with me?
Dear Prince of Cats, I just want to kill one of your 9 lives for disrespecting Romeo as well as myself. Do you think you're capable of taking me on? Be quick, or I'll cut your ears off before your sword is out of its casing.
Very well. I'm ready for you, sir.
Please, guys, don't fight. It's not worth it.
Come on, you jerk. Let's see that famous fencing lunge of yours.
Mercutio and Tybalt begin fighting. Mercutio is not as good as Tybalt, but he matches Tybalt blow for blow.
Benvolio, help me stop them. Get your sword out and beat them and beat down their weapons. Tybalt, Mercutio, stop. Remember what the prince says to us about fighting. Put your weapons away.
Romeo finally gets in between Tybalt and Mercutio. As he does this, Tybalt aims his sword under Romeo's arm and stabs Mercutio in the chest. After he does this, he draws back the sword and sees blood. He knows this is a fatal wound and leaves immediately. His posse immediately grabs him and they run away together. Benvolio and Romeo do not know how serious Mercutio's wound is, and Mercutio doesn't let on how badly he's hurt.
I've been stabbed. I curse both the Capulets and Montagues. I am done for. How is it possible that I lie here dying and Tybalt left without a scratch?
What's wrong, bro? Are you hurt?
Yes, I've been scratched, but a scratch is enough to hurt me. Where's my servant? Go, you good-for-nothing servant, and fetch me a doctor.
Be brave, good fella. You couldn't have been hurt that badly.
No, it isn't too wide nor too deep, but it's enough to finish me off. I won't be alive tomorrow. I have been hurt very badly. A plague on both your houses. The Capulets and Montagues have killed me. Ask me for tomorrow, and you will find me a grave man. Get it, you dogs. I'll be in the grave for my wounds. I'm finished for this world. Again, I curse both your houses. I swear, a dog, a rat, a mouse, or a cat could all scratch a man to death. I have been slain by a braggart, a rogue, a villain who fights by precise rules. Romeo, why the devil did you step in between Tybalt and me when we were fighting? He stabbed me under your arm.
I thought I was doing the right thing.
Benvolio, help me into some house, or I will faint. Again, I wish a plague on both your houses. It won't be long before the worms will feast on my corpse. I'm done for.
Mercutio, who was not only one of my best friends, but also a relative of the prince's, will die for my honor because Tybalt disrespected me. This is the very same Tybalt who has been my cousin for only 1 hour. Dear sweet Juliet, your love has made me a wuss.
Benvolio re-enters grief-stricken.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Oh man, Mercutio is dead. His brave spirit is now in heaven.
This day's sorrows are only the beginning. Others must pay for our grief. I'm going to make sure of it.
Enough blood has spilled. Enough of this fighting. Let's go.
I can't bear to think that Tybalt is alive and Mercutio was dead. I can no longer forgive Tybalt because he is Juliet's cousin.
Making up his mind, Romeo runs after Tybalt.
Tybalt! Take your insults of me being a villain back again, and you'd better do it now. Otherwise, Mercutio's soul is waiting for you in heaven, and I promise I'll do everything I can to make you join him.
You stupid boy. You shall meet your dear friend Mercutio in heaven yourself. You're going down.
I beg to differ. This sword shall make you pay.
They fight furiously. Tybalt's excellent fighting skills of precision and formality are evident. However, Romeo was fueled with anger and grief over Mercutio's death. Because of this, he overpowers Tybalt and stabs Tybalt in the chest. Tybalt falls dead, and Romeo stands, not believing he has just killed a man. After a few moments of disbelief, Benvolio speaks up.
Romeo, get lost, man. Run. People are coming. Tybalt's dead. Don't stand there staring in a daze. The prince will sentence you to death if he finds you here. Go. Get out of here now. Move.
Oh, I have been cursed. What has fate done to me?
Why are you still here? Move.
Romeo runs away, then citizens enter.
We're looking for Tybalt, who killed Mercutio. Which way did he go?
He's there, lying dead on the ground.
I arrest you, sir, in the name of the law. Don't give me any trouble. You're coming with me to explain this all to the prince.
The prince, Capulets, and Montagues all enter.
Who started this fight?
Oh, noble prince, I can tell you everything that has happened. Tybalt, who killed your cousin Mercutio, was murdered by young Romeo. Oh, Tybalt, my nephew. Oh, prince, my husband, my dear nephew has been murdered. If you are a fair prince, you must take the life of Romeo Montague, since a Capulet's blood has been shed.
Benvolio, who started this fight?
The following speech is a monologue, a long speech made with other characters present.
Tybalt did, sir. Tybalt confronted Romeo and called him a villain. Yet Romeo tried to convince Tybalt that their quarrel wasn't worth arguing over. Romeo said this calmly and humbly, but his words didn't affect Tybalt, who was fired up and ready to fight. So Tybalt started fighting with Mercutio, who was standing up for Romeo. Mercutio fought a good battle, but when Romeo tried to come in between Mercutio and Tybalt to stop their fighting, Mercutio was stabbed by Tybalt under Romeo's arm. Tybalt ran away, but Romeo was fueled by grief over Mercutio's death. So he ran after Tybalt and gladly avenged our dear friend's death. Everything happened so fast. Before I could stop Romeo and Tybalt from fighting, Tybalt was dead, and Romeo ran away. If this isn't the truth, let lightning strike me dead. Don't believe him, Prince. He's lying. He's a relative of the Montagues, and he's protecting Romeo. Prince, you must be fair. It took 20 Montagues to kill my poor nephew. I beg for justice, which you must give. Romeo killed Tybalt, and for that, Romeo must die.
Yes, Romeo did kill Tybalt, but Tybalt killed Mercutio. Who now must pay for Tybalt's death?
Not Romeo, sir. Romeo was just doing what the law would have allowed, to end the life of Tybalt. Romeo was being a good friend to your dear cousin Mercutio.
For his crime, Romeo is to be banned from Verona. I'm now involved in the feud because Mercutio is my cousin. For this, I will fine both families so heavily that all of you will regret my loss. I will not listen to any more excuses, and don't think tears or prayers will make everything all right. Romeo had better leave town quickly, because if I find him still in Verona, he will be put to death.
Act 3, Scene 2. It is Monday evening, about 5 p.m., and Romeo and Juliet have only been married for 3 hours. Juliet does not know about Mercutio's and Tybalt's death, as well as the part Romeo played in the dueling. She is eagerly awaiting night because that is when Romeo is supposed to come. The following speech is called a soliloquy.
Oh, if only sunset would come sooner. Night will bring Romeo into my eager arms. Come, night, come, Romeo, the light of my night. You'll be my light in the darkness. Come, loving night, give me my Romeo. When he dies, take him and cut him into little stars. Then everyone will be in love with night, never wanting the sun to rise. This is so frustrating. Even though I've been married, I haven't consummated my marriage yet. This day is never ending. It's like getting new clothes and not being able to wear them yet. Oh, here comes my nurse.
The nurse enters with a rope ladder.
And she brings news. Nurse, what news do you have for me? Is that the rope ladder Romeo will use to come see me tonight?
Yes, the rope ladder.
Oh my goodness. What's happened? Why do you look so upset?
Alas, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We're ruined, my lady. We're ruined. Alas, he's gone. He's killed and is dead.
Could heaven be so jealous that it had to steal him away from me?
Oh, Romeo, Romeo! Whoever would have believed it? Romeo!
What kind of devil are you to torment me like this? Has Romeo killed himself? Just say yes, and that will be enough to kill me. If not, tell me now. My very happiness or misery depends upon your simple answer.
I saw the wound. I saw it with my own eyes. It was on his chest. God forgive me. It was a pitiful, bloody, pale, clotted corpse. I fainted when I saw it.
My heart is breaking. I will die along with my Romeo.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I ever had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, a bright gentleman, that I should ever live to see you dead.
Is there no end to our misery? Is Romeo murdered and Tybalt dead? My dear cousin and my even dearer husband? My world is coming to an end. Who is living if these two are dead?
Tybalt is dead and Romeo is banished. Romeo who killed Tybalt is banished.
Oh my goodness, did Romeo kill Tybalt?
He did. Alas the day, he did.
His handsome looks have disguised his serpent heart. What monster ever concealed itself so well? Charming thug, angelic devil, killer lamb, an evil person pretending to be good. He is the exact opposite of what he appears to be. Honorable villain.
There's no trust or loyalty or honesty in men. They're all liars, deceivers, cheats. They're all wicked. Where's Peter? I need some brandy. These miseries, these griefs, these sorrows are making me old. Shame on Romeo!
May your tongue be blistered for saying that. He isn't shameful. He is honorable. Oh, what a beast I was to scold him.
You're actually going to speak well of Romeo after he killed your cousin? Your own flesh and blood?
Romeo is my husband, and I will not speak badly of him any more. My poor husband. I've only been your wife for only 3 hours, and my devotion to you is being put to the test. Why, villain, did you kill my cousin? Because my villainous cousin would have killed my husband. These foolish tears must stop. Tybalt would have killed Romeo had Romeo not killed Tybalt first. This makes me feel better about the situation. But why am I still sad? Because Romeo is banished. That one word, banished, is worse than 10,000 murdered Tybalts. This grief I feel for Tybalt's death and Romeo's banishment is equivalent to my father, mother, and Tybalt all being killed. No words can describe my sorrow. Where are my mother and father, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corpse. Do you want to join them? Shall I take you there?
Are they crying for Tybalt? If I see that, I will start crying again for Romeo's banishment. Put up the ladder, nurse. Romeo is exiled and will not be visiting me tonight. Death will become my husband now.
Go to your bedroom. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I know exactly where he is. Listen, your Romeo will be here tonight. I'll go to him. He's hiding at Friar Lawrence's cell.
Oh, nurse, go find him. Give this ring to my beloved and ask him to come and take his final farewell.
Act 3, Scene 3. This scene takes place in Friar Lawrence's cell where Romeo is hiding.
Romeo? Come out, my scared son. For some reason, trouble seems to follow you. Right now, you're married to misfortune, not Juliet.
What news do you have? What is the prince's judgment?
I have news of the prince's decision, Romeo.
Are they going to put me to death for what I've done?
No, dear Romeo, not death, but banishment.
What? Banishment? Be kind, my friar, and say death instead. Exile is much more frightening than death. Do not say banishment.
Calm down, Romeo. You are banished from Verona. You may go anywhere else in the world but Verona.
There's no world outside of Verona. Just purgatory, torture, and hell. To me, banishment means death.
Why, you unthankful man. By law, the penalty for what you've done is death. But the prince was kind and favored you by turning your sentence from death into banishment. This is mercy, not death.
It's torture, not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives. Everyone and everything that lives in Verona may see her, but Romeo cannot. Even flies can touch my Juliet, but Romeo cannot. I am banished. Exile is death to me. Do you have any poison or a knife, something that can kill me quickly? I might as well end my life now. Banishment. Oh, friar, how could you have the heart to tear me to pieces with that word, banishment? And you call yourself my priest, my confessor, the one who forgives my sins, my so-called friend. How could you?
You poor fool of a man. Listen to me for a moment.
Why should I? You'll just say more about banishment.
I can help. Just listen to me. I'll give you some comforting words that will help you deal with your situation. I am a counselor. Let me counsel you.
I'm not listening to anything you have to say about banishment. It's not better than death. You're not helping the situation at all by continuing to mention that hated word.
You're acting like a crazy person. Do you not hear what I'm saying?
Are you not wise enough to see the torture I'm facing? If you were my age and married to Juliet for only 1 hour when your best friend is murdered and you have killed his murderer, your dear sweet wife's cousin, when this happens to you, then you can talk to me. If you were deeply in love like me, then you can lecture me. Then you can act like I am now, tearing my hair out, wailing on the ground.
Romeo throws himself on the ground crying. A knock is heard at the friar's door. The friar is alarmed, glancing between the door and Romeo.
Get up! Someone's knocking. Good Romeo, hide yourself.
I won't.
The knocking continues louder.
Listen to them knocking. Who's there? Romeo, get up. You'll be caught. Hold on for a moment. Stand up. Go to my study. In a minute. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Get out of there. I'm coming. Who's knocking so loudly? Where have you come from? What do you want?
Let me come in and I'll tell you. I come from the Lady Juliet.
Welcome. Come in. Hurry. Fast.
Oh, my holy friar. Oh, tell me, where's my lady's husband? Where's Romeo?
Over there, drunk with his own tears.
Oh, he's in the same state as my mistress. What an awful situation. She just lies around the same, blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up. Stand up and be a man. For Juliet's sake, rise and stand.
Nurse,
Oh, Romeo, death comes to us all eventually.
did you say something about Juliet? How is she? Does she think I'm a murderer? Where is she? How is she? What does my secret wife say about our separation?
Oh, she says nothing, sir. She just weeps and weeps. One moment she falls on her bed, then gets up, calls out Tybalt, then cries out Romeo, and then she falls down on her bed again.
It's as if the very mention of my name kills her. Oh, I can't take it any longer.
He snatches a knife off the friar's table and tries to stab himself with it, but the nurse grabs the knife from him in time. This speech is called a monologue, a long speech made with other characters present.
Calm down and restrain yourself. Do you call yourself a man? Your tears are like a woman, and your behavior is like a wild beast. Put the two together, and you make a repulsive beast. You have shocked me by my faith. Oh. I thought you had a better nature than this. So you've killed Tybalt, and now you're ready to kill yourself? What would that do to Juliet? You would kill her with your suicide. What sense does that make? Come on, think rationally. You're disrespecting your body, your wife, and your intelligence with suicide. Do you not think what you should be thankful for? Number one, your Juliet is alive. There's a good reason to be happy. Number two, Tybalt would have killed you had you not killed him. There's a good reason to be happy. Number three, the law threatened you with death, but the prince overruled and said banishment. There's a good reason to be happy. Don't you see? You have many things to be happy for. Listen, I have a plan. Go see Juliet as planned tonight and comfort her. Leave before the sun rises and go to the nearby town of Mantua. You shall stay there until I can make your marriage public, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call you back. Go ahead, nurse. My regards to your lady, and tell her to encourage everyone to bed early. They are tired with grief, I'm sure. Tell Juliet her Romeo is coming.
Oh my, I could have stayed here all night listening to such good advice. My lord, I'll tell my lady you are coming.
Please do, and tell my sweet one to get ready to scold me for what I've done.
Oh my, I almost forgot. Here's a ring, sir. She asked me to give you. Hurry up, it's getting late.
I feel so much better now.
Off you go. Good night.
After the nurse leaves, the friar talks directly to Romeo.
Your whole future depends on this, so listen carefully. Leave before sunrise. Stay in Mantua, and I will send you letters by your servant, Balthazar. It's late. Farewell.
If I weren't leaving for Juliet, I'd be sad saying goodbye to you now, dear father. Goodbye.